Hey, how are you? My name is Matt Ackerson. I am the founder and CEO of AutoGrow.co. As you hopefully, maybe not, but maybe you already know. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you five of the top types of blogs, blog articles that are just proven to generate traffic for you, organic traffic. So five types of blog posts, blog articles that are just kind of like a proven formula for generating traffic for you. Because there's actually a much wider variety, different types of blog articles that you can you can follow, and we actually put together a complete guide for this. The link, if you're watching this on YouTube, is in the description. But otherwise, let's just get right into it because when you are creating content for your blog, you want to do something that's new, that's fresh, and it can be very easy to get into a routine and just to do something out of habit over and over again because hey, it worked once or it worked that other time, and but your audience, from their point of view, if you keep saying the same exact, you keep using the same exact kind of formula, eventually, they're going to get bored of that. And why is that? Well, the thing that you need to understand about content and where content has been going for a long time now is that you can't, and this is just kind of like my theory, which I think is just proven progressively true as more time goes on. The theory of just like rising barriers to entry. The to compete in terms of content, not only does the quality have to be good, but you can't just be using the same formula. You have to be interesting. You have to give variety. You have to be entertaining, and above all, be genuine. Like have a personality. Show that you're a human being who, or your team, are actually human beings who have put together the content. So what's great about this resource, though, and we're actually going to be using it internally as our internally within the AutoGrow team, is that it just shows you like all the other types of blog posts that you can model, that you can get out there. So you don't have to just do listicles and how-to guides. There's a lot more, and we're going to be branching out ourselves just from the inspiration that we got from this. All right, so number one, the first blog post example, our first type of blog post rather, are how-to guides and tutorials. How-to guides and tutorials. What's great about tutorials specifically, where you might have even just like a video of like, okay, well, in lead pages, here's how you create your first landing page, which is one of the blog articles that we wrote in the recent past. That's an example of evergreen content because people are going to want to know that type of information for a while usually, even if it's something basic but also specific. So for example, years ago, I think in 2015, maybe as late as 2014, I created a video on ActiveCampaign. We were a new customer of ActiveCampaign, and they had recently moved their whole service and email marketing entity online, and they had this kind of new value proposition, very different from Confusionsoft, which was the other most popular product or tool competitor at the time. And ActiveCampaign came on the scene. And so I decided to record a tutorial video giving people just a complete walkthrough of, okay, here's how you create just a basic email sequence. And it has over 10,000 views, but it was a little more niche, a little more specific than that. So it was even more impressive that, 10,000 people had actually watched it. But that led to people actually finding out about AutoGrow, and some of you might be watching right now. How-to guides are also just great evergreen content in general, because even if you're not talking about like a specific tool or giving a specific type of tutorial around a tool, for example, giving people some sort of a step-by-step guide that removes guesswork is just seen as very high value in general. And you just got to do your research, though, to make sure that it's a topic that people are searching for in general. So, for example, to give more color to this type of blog article, is that according to Google, two of their top most searched phrases in 2018 were how to vote, and how do I register to vote. So that just helps to highlight that there's a huge market of people. I mean, I know myself, I'm on the go, or I even wake up in the morning. I'm just, how do I do this? How do I do this thing? Whatever it might be in my day-to-day life or in the AutoGrow company. How do we accomplish this thing? And so you type it in. And we're kind of being trained to do that more and more too, because Google is getting smarter. It's better able to recognize more of these niche search queries that we're kind of helping to teach their AI how to handle properly. Okay, so that is blog post type number one. Blog post type number two is case studies, or are case studies. So case studies, basically people love hearing about other people's successes. They're an excellent, amazing form of social proof. So for instance, according to the Content Marketing Institute, 77% of UK marketers use case studies as a content marketing tactic. But what's great about it too is that if you're publishing it openly on your blog, it could be a case study for your business, or it could just be an interesting case study that's about or in your industry. It doesn't have to necessarily be a case study that sells you, but if it is, that's great. That's fantastic, because again, people love hearing about other people's successes and their stories of how they achieved it. For instance, Alex Turnbell, founder of Groove HQ, who I've emailed with on occasion, he tested writing blog post articles with and without stories as the introduction in the beginning. And people who saw the blog post with the stories were actually 300% more likely to scroll and just read all the way to the bottom of the page, right? And that's also based on the principle of open loops in copywriting. So if you want to learn more about open loops and how that relates to storytelling, Google for autogrow.co, open loops. But it's just the idea that it hooks people. It really gets people interested. And it's great too to associate your brand with someone else's success, even if you're just more or less reporting the news, so to speak, of someone else's success. It wasn't because of your service or your tool. It's interesting for people to learn, and it also helps people get excited. Oh man, like wow, that person got a 50% increase. Like let me read about this. How did they do that? Blog post type number three. What no one wants to talk about. In other words, controversial topics. Blog post type number three is write about controversial topics. So the controversial topics, they just get ignored because it's like a third rail. Brands sometimes, hot, don't want to touch it, right? But some are of the philosophy. I know that Neil Patel has said this in the past, for instance, that there's no such thing as bad press, and I think that there is some truth in that. And also, I also believe to some extent the opposite is also true. You can't have bad press that can hurt your brand. But by writing about and thoughtfully picking a controversial topic. So for example, like I was actually spitballing with another team member. I was like, okay, a lot happening in the news lately. What do we want to cover? What do we not want to talk about? If anything, like we could just, why don't we just stay focused on just the same types of topics that we've been covering. But I was like, like maybe we should talk about the election coming up. Maybe we could cover that, but from like a marketing persuasion standpoint, because we did it in 2016, and actually one of our highest open rates was I gave a detailed prediction from 2018's midterm election here in the U.S. of who was going to take the Senate or the House of Representatives, and I got it right within like I think I was off by like two reps from the House of Representatives in terms of seats being gained, for example. by one party versus the other. So that email just got the highest open rate that I think that we've ever seen. And it was because it was, you know, very timely, very relevant. It's what people are thinking about. They're seeing in the news elsewhere. But if you can tie it in a way that is productive and smart and, you know, won't, you know, reflect badly on your brand, then that's awesome. So you should consider doing that. Because according to Harvard Business Review, slightly controversial articles get more comments than completely neutral ones. So, yeah. But that's also true, you know, of it's part of, you know, why a lot of news organizations, they're actually heavily A/B testing the titles to all the different front page articles, especially. And so I think on a personal level, it's probably good to be aware of that, because, you know, they want to jack up your emotions because it will get more page views. I'm not such a fan of that. And actually, I think that is less sustainable in the long term, because people just, you know, you get kind of tired of like, oh, like something that gets your adrenaline going, or you get upset about something. And yeah, it stimulates comments and discussion, but is that productive if you read the comments on some various news sites? So something to consider. But controversy can definitely work for your benefit. Be thoughtful about it, though. Blog post types. Blog post type number 4, rather. Listicles, if you will. Lists or listicles. That's what we actually do a lot of here at AutoGrow, and that goes right along with the article that we created to go with this video, which I believe we titled the 17 types of different types of blog posts that actually get traffic, along with lots of examples. And again, if you want to check out the full resource that we put together on this topic, if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description. It's right over there somewhere beneath that thumbs up button, where if you like and are getting value from this video, please like it, please subscribe, and leave a comment, because I love hearing from you, and so does the team. We love to see all the comments, and we share them internally. So, and if you're watching this on autogrow.co, of course, you can just scroll on down the page. So listicles, you know, we're constantly making lists, and we've done this and how-tos probably more than any other type, because according to research that Noah Kagan helped to put together on his personal blog, okdork.com, that I wonder if he still writes on there. I don't know. But basically the research said that listicles and how-tos, they get shared more than any other type of blog article content. So that's part of why we do it so frequently, because it's always worked. But like I said in the beginning here, you know, you want to vary it up. People find interesting what is new, what is fresh, and not necessarily the same type of stuff. So we're always improving and testing. SEMrush revealed that articles with list-based headlines, listicles, the ones that, you know, start with a number, in other words, like I just gave you the example of this, you know, 17 types of blog posts, on average they get 2 times more traffic for listicles, according to SEMrush research that they did. In addition, recent studies by Content Marketing Institute, or CMI for short, Content Marketing Institute, their study revealed that odd numbers perform better than even numbers, and they can increase your click-through rates by 20%. I've also seen research that supports using prime numbers specifically, you know, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17. Let's see how high Matt can go with prime numbers. 29, probably skipped 1 or 2. 29 is interesting because from the research that I read, 29 was often an outlier, where like I think this may have been part of the research that Noah Kagan put together, or it may have come from someone else, but they, just the number of shares and the amount of traffic that a listicle that had 29 examples, like it just, something about 29 just, I don't know, there was some correlation there that it got more shares, more results. And finally, blog post type number 5, comparisons. So we wrote an article comparing Samcart and Thrivecart, and we got a lot of comments And actually, the founder of Thrivecart actually contacted us too. Um, I don't think they liked our blog article because they sent their customers who were actually their affiliates into our blog comment section a couple of years ago. And they were like, "What? Oh, you didn't use us. You didn't, get the full experience and blah 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 and feature set." And meanwhile, kind of like the crux of my review was like part of the reason why I felt that their brand was untrustworthy was like how they were marketing and the whole setup of their funnel and the checkout as well. Um, so and then I never actually heard back from the founder when I invited him to, want to clarify on some of these things. Um, Instead, he just kind of sent the affiliates after us, but that's okay. They're entitled to their opinion. So comparison. So that kind of got a lot of attention because it was a little bit controversial at the time. But comparisons, they also get a lot of traffic. So we do get organic traffic for that article specifically comparing Samcart and Thrivecart, for instance. We also did a comparison, I think, of ClickFunnels and lead pages not too long ago. And because that's just another example of very common, actually SEO evergreen keywords, keyword phrases that people search for, lead pages versus ClickFunnels, for example, or, whatever versus whatever. All right. So comparisons work. But I want to give you one final type of blog post I just want to kind of layer on the icing on the cake, if you will. So here's number 6, blog post type number 6. And I think you would call it a roundup. There might be a different name for it that escapes me, but this type of a blog post or blog article, we like to say articles because blog posts kind of feel like, like that's what you do when you're just kind of like when it's a hobby. Articles are serious. So we like to call them articles here at AutoGrow. So anyway, blog article type number 6 is a blog article where you invite experts to contribute their answers and you ask them a few questions and you put a picture of them and a link to their site and you list the questions and their answers to the questions. And it's great because there's an incentive built in where they want to share it with their audience because it promotes them. And the higher that article ranks, actually, the stronger the effect in terms of the Google reputation being passed from the links that link to their site, from that page to their site will be. So it's great for getting traffic, but especially from the kind of built-in promotion mechanism that's part of it. Plus, on top of that, it follows a list type of format. 29 experts share their best SEO tips for 2020, as an example. We have some of our top highest trafficked blog articles across more than 700 that we've published at this point, maybe even more than that, have been articles where it's follow this exact format, and we've just gotten like just a ton of social media shares from them actually promoting it to their audience on Facebook or wherever, LinkedIn. So that's another blog post type that you should definitely consider. And in general, if you are looking for help with traffic, with just accomplishing your digital marketing tasks and projects in general, I want to invite you and encourage you to check out autogrow.co. That's our company. And what AutoGrow does for you is it helps you or lets you delegate all of your digital marketing tasks without the painful headaches of hiring. I mean, wouldn't it be great if, instead of, you have more work, but you don't have time to do it. You don't want to take on more work. You want to get that work out of here. You want to delegate it. But the biggest pain point is just, finding good, reliable people to actually get the work done. Well, AutoGrow, we let you do that. And there's no hiring. You get to just totally just skip the hiring process. So it's delegate your digital marketing tasks without the headaches of hiring for that reason. The best way to explain it is that uh, think of it like project management software. So project management software. We've all used project management software, different apps out there at one time or another. I know Basecamp, for example, Asana, whatever. But it's like that, but it's with proven pros like already inside. I mean, imagine signing up for a project management software, and then you already have the talent inside. You don't even have to build your team. The talent's already there. It's just a matter of like, okay, well, what work do you want to get done? So whether that work is ads, landing pages, lead magnets, opt-in pages, entire funnels, custom designed websites, graphics, uh, copywriting, um, anything really. You just want help with strategy. You want to hop on a phone call with a strategist who's assigned to your account. You can do all of that. Really, the only limit is your imagination, because our monthly packages are all unlimited. And when you sign up, the way that works is you get access to the AutoGrow app. You type in your idea. Okay, I want to, I want to build a sales page. I want you to write the copy for me. I want you to design it. I want you to launch it on my website. And you're just totally hands off. Although it's good, you're going to get best results and get something that you really like and you feel is a good fit for your target audience. If you're just taking a look at it, giving feedback. You don't want to be. You could be completely hands off if you want to be, but I would recommend that you at least be part of giving feedback, because we want to make you happy. We want to make your business successful. Anyway, you put in your notes for that. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Landing page. Here's some examples that I like. Boom. Click the button that says boom. Make it real. It doesn't say boom, but it says make it real, and we make your ideas real. And you sit back, relax, watch as the progress bar goes from 0 to 100. And it's just an amazing experience for you. It's real time, got a real time integrated live chat. So we're available, in the chat that's part of the app right there. So you can ask questions if you have questions about anything. And just give you a really transparent experience that no one else offers you. And that's what makes us unique. So delegate your digital marketing tasks and projects without the headaches of hiring. So check it out, autogrow.co. And if you're interested in, if maybe you're a tighter budget, or maybe it doesn't make sense for where you're at in your journey, you may also want to check out some of our online trainings and info products and a few of our fixed price services by going to autogrow.co/marketplace. All right. So thank you so much. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep converting and stay focused. I'll talk to you soon.